I'm in the Paul Bunyan State Forest in northern Minnesota, setting off on a pretty significant adventure. For the past few months, I've been building a brand new camper. And today, I finally get to test it out. You see, a few years ago, I built my bike cabin, which quickly turned into one of my favorite campers to take out on the trail. But after countless adventures in every type of season, it was finally time to let that one go and build something new. And so that leads us here to the maiden voyage of the off-road cabin. Pretty incredible view, huh? Very rare that you find an off-grid dispersed campsite like this that is just out on such a high point with such beautiful views of the surrounding forest. I've only camped here once before and knew that it was going to be the perfect spot to try out our new cabin. Just a little hot out. Man, I wear that light long sleeve to protect me from the mosquitoes and horseflies. Now that we're up here in the breeze, I don't need it. Normally I stay pretty cool on that thing. It's like paper thin, but we're getting temperatures like as high as 100, so you're gonna be hot no matter what. And just like that, we are all set up. It is extremely easy, and that's what I was going for. You know, the bike cabin, for how awesome it was kind of a bear. Getting it on and off the truck was exhausting. Setting up all 4 jacks was a little much too. Everything about it was difficult. This thing is kind of the opposite of that. It's super easy to set up, and that's what I love about it. This cabin is about the same size as the bike cabin. It's about 3.5 feet wide by about 7.5 feet long. But what makes it different is that it is taller. We're gonna have so much more headroom inside this cabin as opposed to that cabin. And I think that's really gonna make it feel less claustrophobic and just be easier to live in here, you know, whether we're out during the summertime or in the winter as well. I built on top of a heavy-duty ATV trailer here from Northwoods Fabrication. They are an awesome Minnesota company that I've been partnered with for a long time. This trailer is an absolute beast. I mean, take a look at these tires. These things are heavy-duty ATV tires, and that's what's really making this thing off-road worthy. Also, you've got extremely high clearance on this thing, so we're able to go up and over boulders, go through little dips, even go through some water if we had to. Northwoods Fabrication has become a really great partner of this channel. They not only make trailers like this, but they make box blades. They make tons of wood stoves. In fact, I have 3 of their stoves. They just make really solid products. They're made right here in Minnesota, and they are actively looking for dealers right now to carry their products. So if you're interested in that, or just want a high quality wood stove, trailer, or more, definitely check out the link in the description of this video. And while we're talking about the tires here, my plan for the winter time is to actually take these tires off and put on the same exact rim with a snowmobile ski welded onto it. I saw this on the Outsiders YouTube channel. It's just a brilliant way to convert a trailer like this into something that can be pulled in the snow, and it'll put an end to the problems that I had with the bike cabin, where the skis would come off the wheels and stuff like that, and make this thing really awesome to take out in the winter as well. All right, come take a look inside. The interior of the cabin here is very, very simple. You essentially just have the lounger slash bed, a couple of countertops to be able to set drinks down on or cook a meal. And then we do have some storage space on the side of the bed here, which I am very, very happy to have. I did not have much of that in the bike cabin. And then of course there is a space for Ellie in here when she's able to come. And I really hope we find a way to get her out on the ATV. So as you can see already, there's just so much more livable space in here than the bike cabin. I'm able to freely move around. I can even sit up here at the foot of the bed, things that I would never have been able to do in that old camper. I was also able to reuse the mattress from the micro cabin in here. So the mattress right here, as well as that backrest, just comes right out of my other cabin, and I put it in here when I need it. So that not only saves me money, it saves me time, but it also just feels good to be able to use things for different cabins, not have to waste all those materials. Once again, we are going to be using this very tiny wood stove in here, and I've got everything but the hole for the chimney ready to go.
Oh yeah, and if you're wondering why I have a bandage on my arm, it's because I spent the morning in the emergency room.
I reached in here to put some luggage away and got cut on this piece of metal. I'll spare you the actual picture of the wound, but I sliced open my arm, like, you know, it's like that wide, so I have to go get stitches. So that is for sure something that I need to fix. I need to put some rubber on this or move the metal back so that there is no way to cut yourself on that, because that was terrible. A couple more details on the wood stove here. As you can see, it's much higher up than my stove was in the bike cabin. That's just gonna be so much safer. It'll be harder for things to rub up against it and potentially start on fire. I also left all this open space in front of the wood stove for cooking. If you don't remember, in my bike cabin, I had to hunch way over in front of the wood stove to try to cook anything in the wintertime. Well, now I'm gonna be able to easily cook my meals right here. And it's just gonna make everything so much easier, which again was the whole point of this build. And last but certainly not least, I hope this makes a lot of you very, very happy. I did insulate this cabin. And the reason I was able to do it in this one is because I am towing it with an ATV or with a snowmobile. So I could make it a little heavier than I had to make the bike cabin. And yeah, it's gonna be really nice.
Now with the tour out of the way, it's finally time to kick back and enjoy this beautiful camp. As much as I'd love to build a wood fire up here, I decided to go with the mini propane fire bowl once again, just due to the wildfires and dry conditions that we've been having lately.
Those definitely look like storm clouds. We were supposed to have intermittent thunderstorms this afternoon, with it picking up again overnight. Those storms didn't end up happening, but those are definitely some dark clouds. Man, rain or shine though, it feels good being up here. Well, it's seeming like we might actually get a little storm. The weather forecast is saying that we could get thunderstorms within the next 30 to 40 minutes. Although they already seem like they're here. You can hear the thunder, and I've seen a little bit of lightning off in the distance, but maybe that's what's making its way towards us right now. The problem is that I need to eat dinner. I'm absolutely starving, and the meal that I'm making I need to do on the grill, and so I don't know, I feel like I should get going on that right now. So what I got here is some flank steak wrapped around some Parmesan with basil and pesto. It's gonna be so delicious. I just hope I have time to cook it before we potentially get some rain. Well, so on top of that flank steak, I do have a little chopped salad here. We'll give it a little taste. It'll pair nicely. Actually, it won't. This is a southwestern salad. And this is kind of like, I don't know, it's like Italian style. We're gonna have a little fusion tonight. It's good. Wow. That basil, pesto, and Parmesan really complement the steak well. Oh my gosh, that tastes amazing. I just love the sound of the rain on the roof. And with all these windows open, I can just smell that rain smell. You know what I'm talking about? It's just so fresh. I think it feels extra fresh right now with just all the wildfires and the heat wave and everything that's been going on out here. So as I mentioned a couple weeks back, I picked up a handful of shirts from a brand called Poncho. And I'll just say it again, these shirts are fantastic. They not only look great, they feel great, and they function incredibly well too. I've been wearing this polo today, and even though the temperature is almost getting up to 100 degrees, this thing feels great. I absolutely love the style of it. It fits in incredibly well to the North Woods here. This long sleeve here is fantastic as well. It's so lightweight and breathable that I could probably get away with wearing it right now. It's got such a nice strong color, which just so happens to match my four-wheeler, but also that slim fit is so natural, it fits my body type perfectly. And I just love the snaps here on the collar. If you want a more formal look, you can leave them buttoned, or if you want to go a little more casual, just open them up. But my favorite shirts of theirs, hands down, are their Western designs. I showed you one a couple of weeks back, and this is another one. I just love the look of this shirt. It's got the snaps, it's got the front pockets, and it has this hidden front pocket here as well, which has a zipper. So if there's anything that you don't want to lose, you toss it right in there. So if you're looking for some good high quality shirts to fit your lifestyle, definitely check out Poncho. I've been loving them personally, and I think you would too. I've got a link in the description of this video if you're interested. And with that, let's get back to the adventure. Well guys, it is about that time to get some sleep. The rain continues to come down out there. The plan for the morning is to get up, have some coffee here in the cabin, and then head down to a lake at the bottom of the hill here and try to do some fishing. Well, first, gotta get some sleep. See you guys first thing in the morning. Good night. Well, I don't know if this morning's the morning to go fishing. I looked at the forecast and
it says that it's supposed to continue like this for the next couple hours. So I think we'll get out and do a hike this morning, but for right now, I'm just gonna kick back, relax, and enjoy this rain with a cup of coffee here in the cabin. So as the maiden voyage of this new cabin, it's certainly a learning trip. And I just kind of realized from going out there and filming the rain that some waterproofing definitely needs to happen. Now, I had already planned on sealing up certain cracks and things, but I don't think just sealing up under the corrugated roofing is gonna be enough anymore. That was my original plan. I think I may have to take the roof off and put a new one on, which actually isn't as hard as it sounds. I just think I need more of an overhang, which should just make a huge difference in keeping this cabin structure dry. And I think I'll do a little bit of an overhang on the sides as well, just to protect this thing, because it's definitely more sophisticated than my bike cabin. It took a lot more to build it, and so I really want to protect it. With the rain all wrapped up, I wanted to go for a short hike before packing up the cabin and heading back down to the truck. Believe it or not, right next to the cabin here is the North Country Trail, a long-distance hiking trail spanning from New York all the way to North Dakota. However, I'm not going to be hopping on that trail today. Instead, we're going to make our way further down this forest trail to an incredibly scenic point at the end of the ridge. It is so beautiful in here. I've been so overtaken by the view from the top that I didn't really realize how gorgeous the forest is right now. We're heading over to the site of the old Thorpe Fire Tower, which, man, if it was still standing today, it would be one of the most spectacular lookouts, I would say, in the region, because being up this high, having a tower, but sadly it's not there anymore. The old footings remain, and there's a really cool little camp up there too. So we're gonna go check it out quick before packing out of here. Well, this truly is a beautiful spot. I just love how this hill slowly makes its way out to this point where you get just another incredible view of the surrounding forest. Now, while the view isn't quite as expansive as it is up by our camp, you can see why they built the tower here. You've got a much better foundation, a nice flat spot, and the tower was up over 100 feet, I would imagine, and so that gave you just the perfect view of every single direction up here.
Now, as far as campsites go, this one wins hands down. I just love that we've got this beautiful fire ring here. We've got these two memorial benches, which were definitely put up by volunteers and commemorate people who I'm sure really loved this spot right here. You know, I mentioned last week that it's been 1 year since my dad passed away, and you know, seeing stuff like this is very heartwarming to me because you know, this is a very special place to another family who remembers their dad or their grandfather coming to this spot, and I just think that's really, really cool.
Well, it was finally time to pack up our brand new little cabin and start making our way down towards the truck. My trip to the ER cut this adventure a little bit shorter than usual. However, I definitely accomplished what I set out to do.
Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for the maiden voyage here of the brand new off-road cabin. I think all in all, it was a massive success. It not only tows incredibly well, but the living space is incredible. It is so much better than the old bike cabin. I felt so comfortable in there. I had room to move around, to hang out, and most importantly of all, I got incredible sleep. Now, with that being said, there definitely are some things that I need to improve upon. First and foremost, the roof. I didn't know how this thing was going to work out in the rain, but it's clear to me that I really need a solid overhang, not only on the front and the back, but I also kind of want to extend it out on the sides as well, just to keep that water off of the walls, off of those seams there where it meets the trailer. Lastly, though, there's one thing that I need to add to this cabin that I didn't realize I would miss so much. I gotta get some lanterns up on the front of this thing. You know, that was one of the elements of the bike cabin that I just loved. It gave it so much character. It felt so cozy, and it's something that I definitely don't want to be without with this cabin. But I think that's it for now, guys. I am very happy overall with this cabin. I know it's not the same as the bike cabin. Nothing will ever truly replace it, but my body just couldn't quite handle that camper anymore. Not just towing it, but hoisting it on and off the truck and then sleeping inside there. It just all started to really take its toll on me, and I think this thing is a great next step. As always, I want to give a special shout out to our patrons who generously donate to this channel. Thank you all so much. But again, to all of you who watch, comment, subscribe, you're all the reason that I get to do this on a weekly basis and share it with you, and for that I'm extremely grateful. But with that, it's time for me to get everything packed up and strapped down so I can get home and see the girls. We'll see you next week. God bless.